Inference Practice. Read the passages. Answer the questions after the passages. Highlight to prove your answers. The case of the missing button. Maddie Linden, a husky 10th grade student, scouted Inspector Winters. "You must be kind of a nut. I didn't slug Miss Casey and I didn't steal her purse." "No? Unfortunately for you, a 9th grade girl happened to enter the hall where Miss Casey lay. The girl saw a boy in dark button-up sweater and brown pants leave by the door at the far end." The inspector paused and then demanded, "Do you always wear your sweater buttoned?" "Sure," replied Maddie. "Why?" "Because you might have noticed the third button from the top is missing," snapped the inspector. He held up the missing button. "The girl who spotted you found the button clasped in Miss Casey's hand." "I lost the button 2 days ago," retorted Maddie. "This girl, how could she be sure it was me in that long hallway?" "She isn't positive. She saw only your back, but this missing button proves you did it. Luckily, Miss Casey isn't badly hurt. Now, where's her purse?" Maddie kept insisting he didn't know a thing about the slugging and theft. The inspector told Dr. Howe later. "No doubt," said Howe. "The boy had some silly alibi about where he was when Miss Casey was slugged and robbed." "Right, he claims he got a note to be in the school boiler room at 15 minutes before Miss Casey was assaulted. He waited half an hour, but nobody showed up." "I trust you made an arrest?" asked Hal. What was the guilty student's error? 1. After reading the passage, the reader can infer that slug means A. A slimy animal, B. Hit, C. Claw, D. To take a drink. 2. Why might the identification of Maddie given by the girl not be accurate? A. She only saw the back of his shirt. B. The girl was never in the hallway. C. Miss Casey said that Maddie was not the one who attacked her. D. The girl came long after the attack happened. 3. Where did Maddie say he was when Miss Casey was attacked? A. In class. B. In the restroom. C. Sewing his button back on. D. In the boiler room. 4. Based on the passage, the reader can best infer that A. Maddie was the one who robbed and slugged Miss Casey and lied about his alibi. B. The 9th grade girl was the one who robbed and slugged Miss Casey and framed Maddie. C. Miss Casey was never attacked. D. A crazed student robbed and attacked Miss Casey. The case of the stamp collector. "I came in to help Mr. Dunning to bed," said Brock, the aged family servant. "I found him like this and summoned you from the living room immediately." The 85-year-old John Dunning, a noted philatelist, lay slumped over his desk, dead of a blow which had been struck to the base of the skull within the past 5 minutes. "When I entered, I thought I heard the rear door close," said Brock. "It leads to a back stairway." Hal examined the 5 objects on the desk. There were a pair of tweezers, a stamp album, a stamp catalog, and a bottle of benzene with an eyedropper for use in detecting watermarks. A quartz floor lamp cast eerie ultraviolet rays over the dead man's left shoulder. Mr. Dunning had been using his large magnifying glass to appraise a stamp collection for a friend this evening, Brock explained. Hal walked out of the room onto the balcony overlooking the living room where the costume party given by Dunning's granddaughter was in progress. "Who benefits from his will?" "Why, I do," replied Brock, "and everyone at the party." Hal studied the costume merrymakers till his eye fell upon a young man dressed as Sherlock Holmes, a famous English detective. His deerstalker's cap tipped rakishly. He was examining the eyes of a pretty Salome, a statue of a goddess, through a large magnifying glass while blowing smoke from a pipe. "Call the police," Hal told Brock, "while I detain Mr. Holmes for questioning." "How come?" 5. How had John Dunning been killed? A. He was shot. B. He was hit in the back of the head. C. He had a heart attack. D. He was taking a nap. 6. What had Mr. Dunning been using to appraise a stamp that was not located on his desk? A. Tweezers. B. A stamp album. C. Magnifying glass. D. Bottle of benzene. 7. It can be inferred that the missing item from Mr. Dunning's desk is the A. Murder weapon. B. Most expensive item in the house. C. Nothing is missing from the desk. D. The will. 8. In paragraph 1, the reader can use context clues to infer that summoned means to A. Run away, B. Hide, C. Call urgently, D. Kill someone. 9. The reader can infer that House suspects Mr. Holmes is the murderer because A. House says that he is, B. Brock saw him killing Mr. Dunning, C. He has the murder weapon, D. He is covered in blood.